without ever thinking about my communication style. Until earlier this week, a project in my Toastmasters pathway finally pushed me to discover it. Honestly, I never thought communication styles even existed. I believed everyone speaks simply the way they feel is natural for them, don't we? So after completing the questionnaire, I discovered that my dominant communication style is direct. And my first reaction was like, really? Me? I wouldn't say I am the kind of person who always says everything exactly as I feel. But when I read the description of this style, I immediately recognized myself in it. Goal-focused, results-oriented, ambitious, driven, that felt very accurate. But then I kept reading and I saw the analytical style. Structured, careful, thinking before speaking. And I had the same reaction. Wait, that's also me. And that's when it got interesting, because I realized it's not just one style. It's kind of two styles competing with each other. And sometimes they don't really get along. I know this moment very well. I clearly know what I want to say. The direct part of me is ready. Short, clear, straight to the point. But then the analytical part kicks in. And I immediately start thinking, how will it sound? Maybe it's too harsh, maybe I should say it differently. And in this moment there is this small internal pause, like a micro conflict. One side of me wants to say it right away, another one slows it down, and I stay somewhere in the middle. Last Sunday I heard a very interesting quote. Being empathetic is just as important as being intelligent. And to be honest, empathy is not my strongest side, especially in communication. I don't struggle with what to say, I struggle with how it sounds. Recently I texted someone. I needed something to be done. So I just wrote it directly. Short, clear, no extra words. And after sending the message, I read it again and I thought, yeah, that sounds a bit harsh. It saved time, but maybe it wasn't the best way to put it. So that's kind of trade-off. Being direct helps you move fast, but on the other hand, it can feel a bit raw. And I started noticing this more and more. So now I'm trying to adjust this part. Not to change my style completely, just to make it land better. Because I realized something simple. The problem is not always what I say, but how I say it. It's not only about choosing better words, it's also about intonation, tone, the way you say things. Because the same sentence can sound completely different. So instead of overthinking every phrase, I try to focus more on how it sounds. I try to say the same things, but a bit calmer, a bit softer, a bit more human, because and also I started small things differently. I try to smile more, I say hello more often, even to people I don't know. And nothing special, but it just changes the feeling, because communication is not only about results, it's also about relationships. And that's something I'm still working on. So now I actually understand what's happening inside. I understand where this directness comes from. I understand why I pause sometimes. And I understand that it's not a problem. That's how I am wired. So now, being more aware of my communication style and the styles of others, I think it will be easier for me to build a stronger relationships. Not only in my professional life, but also in my personal life. Because now I don't just think what to say, I think how it will feel on the other side. And maybe that's what communication really is. Not just delivering a message, but making sure it can be received in the right way. So I still go straight to the point, but now I'm learning how to make that point easier to hear. Thank you.